All right, what's up, Wolfpack? We're back at the college gym. We got chest press for now. I do have a good amount of stuff to talk about, I think, but I am going to get this first warm-up set out of the way, just so that I'm not wasting too much time. We got, I think, 40 pounds on this. Just do however many I feel like. Yeah, 40. Wait, 45. I lied. My bad. I feel like this is like, nah, I'm just lying. I feel like it's a little low, but I'm looking at the path right now and it looks pretty good. So maybe I just got to get used to hitting chest press again. Okay, should be good. We'll move it up to honestly 115 for now. In terms of how my sets are going to be, they're still going to be relatively similar to how I did the failure series. You know, still going to push myself kind of close to failure. I don't think I'm going to push myself as hard all the time, but I'm going to try and I'm trying to keep an RIR of 1 to 2. I think that's kind of a good spot for me to be. And you know, the only thing I'm kind of doing to kind of make sure that that's kind of working, it's probably like once a week I'll take my sets to failure, or well, I'll take it like my last set to failure once a week, just to see where I am, so I'm not like limiting my progressive overload. Because I mean, that's kind of the biggest reason, or well, one of the biggest reasons why I've had some kind of growth. Honestly, probably the biggest reason. Yeah, probably the biggest reason I had the most growth that I've had in a pretty long time, especially my back. If you guys saw the physique, the final physique at the end of the 30th day, I'm pretty sure you guys could see the back pretty well. It's a lot more prominent, mainly the lats. But I'm really happy about that. My back's, you know, it's my favorite thing to train, but it's always been kind of my smallest, or one of my smaller things. Which, speaking of my back, I was actually terrified to hit back today, because during my last class, which I have right before I hit the gym, my teres major, like somewhere around my teres major, which if you don't know where the teres major is, it's like right below your left shoulder. But my teres major was like spazzing out like every few seconds. So I was like looking up, is it bad if I train my back while I have muscle spasms? And I heard a lot of things saying, yeah, you shouldn't go as hard as you usually do. And then it stopped after like, I want to say 7, which the class ended like 7:30. So I was like, you know what? I'm probably fine. I've only done one back so far, so I don't really know. Don't really know what could happen. I still have a back exercise. You know, maybe I'm injured for life and I can never hit back again. That's worst case scenario, like ever. But I doubt that will happen. The first back exercise I did was actually pretty good, so I doubt it'll happen. Anyways, I want to get this first set out of the way. Like I said, trying to do as many as I can, but not as hard as usual. So I don't know how many reps I'm going to do, but we'll just see. One thing I do want to keep, though, is if I do more than 10 reps, we go up in weight. I think that was a really good way for me to kind of make sure I'm doing what I need to do. All right. ending it there. I wasn't a big fan of how that last rep kind of went. Another thing I do want to talk about. I was actually talking about this with my mom as I was coming back here. As you guys know, don't really like my roommate. You know, me and him are kind of complete opposites. So it's not the greatest situation for us. But I was talking to my mom about this, and if any people who also don't like their roommates can testify, let me know. But I was telling her how I feel like I'm a lot more active when I'm here, mainly because I don't want to be around my roommate. Like I could tell you, when I got back from my class that I had prior to this, he was like watching YouTube or doom scrolling, I don't know. He was watching something on his phone. Just complete darkness. Like, looks like he's about to take a nap, but he's like low-key pump faking. But you know, like that's something where I'm like, it's way too early to be basically sleeping. Like that's like average sleep position when you're about to go to sleep. So I was really trying to speed up kind of my pre-workout process, which I think I made a little bit of a mess as I was doing my pre-workout because I had to do it in darkness, but it's all right. But, you know, to other people who don't really enjoy their roommates, I really want to know if you guys do something like, or you do something more if you don't like them. You know, maybe it's not just activity, but like maybe you, I don't know, maybe you eat more. Maybe you go out to like the dining halls because you don't want to be around your roommate. You know, just let me know, because I really feel like I'm a lot more active when I'm here compared to back in my house. Back in my house, I was low-key doing the same thing as my roommate was doing. So, you know, I guess we're similar in a sense like that. I'm trying to figure out if I want to move up this weight or not. Yeah, I think I will. But we are gonna do that. Also, I lied about it being 115. It was 120. I forgot the increment weight was still on. I really thought I had a lot more to talk about. Let me think here. I've talked about this a little bit, but upload schedule is going to be a little bit different now because I'm only doing weight training 4 days of the week instead of 5. So Wednesdays, no uploads guaranteed. So, you know, if you're, you know, petrified about that, I'm sorry. But I'm not going to film. Actually, maybe every once in a while I'll film. I don't know, maybe I'll film like a gameplay video. I don't know. I've kind of alluded to this like a lot at this point, where I kind of want to film something other than the gym, but I also don't really have anything else to film, because like the only reason why I don't want to film gaming videos is mainly because I know my roommate's going to be in there and he's super camera shy and I'm not trying to bother him too much, you know. Although, speaking of my roommate, I feel like a lot of this is like hating on my roommate right now. I don't know how I feel about this. But speaking of my roommate, he's really got to shut off his alarm, bro. I think it was like 7. I'm trying to get a little bit more rest. You know, my sleep schedule's been a little wonky since spring break. So I was trying to get a little bit more sleep. And I hear the Avengers theme song and Judas by Lady Gaga for about 15 to 25 minutes straight. It was super annoying. I'm pretty sure he has it max volume, which is even worse. Like, I'm shocked the RA hasn't said anything, because where the guy sleeps is right next to like the RA's wall, where I think the RA's beds are. I'm shocked the RA hasn't said anything. But yeah. You know, I think today's been the closest I've considered actually confronting him. You know, at the end of the day, I understand the idea for him to have an alarm. Obviously, or well, I shouldn't say obviously, you guys don't know, but he sleeps really late. So, considering that, you know, you would think that he's most likely going to sleep till like 10. So, considering he has a class at 8, you know, it kind of makes sense for him to have an alarm. But, you know, he could play it in his headphones, or play it at a lower volume, or find something where I don't have to hear it, because it's really loud. Oftentimes, I'm the one woken up by it and not him. And then he snoozes it like 8 times. It's really just a pain in the ass. So, yeah, that I feel like I've said these things in the past, but today I was one step closer. All right, I'm gonna finish off this last set, and then I got one more exercise to film for you guys, and that'll be it for the video. All right, we got 130 on the machine. I'm going for however many I can until form kind of is messed up. So, what is that, like technical failure? I think that's what it is. So we'll go till there. All right. Okay, didn't really go to technical failure. I kind of just went to mechanical failure, but still went to failure, so positive there. Still know 130 is kind of my max. I think I did 6, so nothing crazy. But I'll turn back on the camera when I got another exercise ready, and I'll see you guys then. All right, what's up, Wolfpack? We got the last recorded lift of the session. We got 22.5 pounds for doing bicep curls. I got this, forearms left. Only got an hour left, so we're making good on time. You know, if you guys have seen a couple of the videos, you guys know time's usually a bit of a struggle, considering I go basically to close. But we're good. I don't think I'm gonna spend an hour doing two exercises. Usually I'll spend half an hour max, so not worried. But I am going to get this warm-up set out of the way, so I'm not, spending that half hour max. Like I said, 22.5 pounds. Go for however many I feel like, and then we'll go to the first working set. All right, that should be good for now. I'm gonna move it up to 57.5. Keep it calm, because I forgot what I did the last time I was here. Also, one thing I wanted to preface starting this, because last time I was recording, it didn't seem like super positive. I was kind of just hating on my roommate the entire time. And, I just want to make it clear to any person who just came in, this is their first video they've ever seen. I'm not usually the person to hate. I try to keep it positive. I'm I think positivity kind of goes a long way. And I've talked about it, how if you have a negative thought, you're going to have a negative mindset. So, just want to make it clear. Not my usual, but I'm not lying either. I want to make that very clear. I also not the biggest fan of my roommate. I kind of want to name the video "I Don't Like My Roommate," but I don't know yet. You guys will figure out by the time you see this, because I'll have it titled by then. But yeah. But if this is your first time you've ever seen me, just know I really try to try and keep it positive. Also, we're bringing this back now. You know, it's not like I spent too long not saying it. But if you guys have anything you'd want me to discuss, whether it's like news going on and you want to hear my opinion on it, some reasons why I do certain lifts compared to other lifts, and you know, some other stuff that you'd want to hear my opinion on, feel free to leave it in the comments or like find some way to contact me. As you guys know, I'm running out of content. You know, this is like I've said a bunch. You know, these do tend to get a little repetitive. So my viewer retention is really bad. Maybe I should say this at the start of the videos. Maybe it'll keep the viewer retention up. But you know, that's besides the point. I'm too late at this point. But you know, if you have anything you want to hear my opinion on, let me know. I'm more than willing to give out my opinion, as you know, I don't really have any other way to get out my voice. But yeah, let me think of what else I wanted to talk about. Oh, I mean, I guess this wasn't really something I wanted to talk about, but expect 2 videos tomorrow because I got to do a homework assignment. So you guys are going to see another homework assignment out of me. Not going to be too big of a deal. You know, don't expect a whole lot of people to actually watch it, considering it's a homework assignment. But you know, if you wanna see my collegiate work ethic, watch it, I guess. What else can I talk about? Oh, it happened a little bit ago by now. Like, I feel like I'm a little late to this, but to all my Fortnite gamers out there, I'm pretty sure Fortnite is changing how much V-Bucks you get per like each thing. Like, I think you're only getting 800 now instead of 1,000 out of the $9 purchase, and they lowered that a bunch for all their different kind of price points. From my knowledge, it's getting a lot of backlash, which, to be fair, that makes sense. I think their argument was that they don't make enough money or something like that, so they kind of lowered it to make it a bit more. Well, I'm guessing it's in hopes to increase revenue because people now need to spend more to get the stuff that they normally get before. But yeah, I've heard a lot of negative things about it. I still think they're going to go through with it, though. I doubt they'd change it. But you know, I stand with the players. You know, I don't really play Fortnite much anymore. I'm grown up. That was me. I'm going to be honest. You know, you play what you want to play. But I kind of got tired of Fortnite after like by the start of Chapter 2. I really could care less. I played to get the Tyler the Creator skin, and that's about it. Or actually, I also played for Peter Griffin. But that's really it. So it doesn't really affect me too much in terms of, you know, the game, because I don't play it. And secondly, if I were to play it, I wouldn't be spending any money as of right now, considering I'm still broke. But yeah, all the Fortnite gamers out there, sorry. What else could I talk about? Sorry if this is like a quiet segment. You know, maybe let me get in the first working set, considering I spent 10 minutes at this point, right? I've spent 7 according to the recording screen. So still gonna get it because I'm not trying to waste too much time. But we'll do this, and hopefully I have something else to talk about. We got 57.5 pounds on the cable. Do it for however many I can before I feel like my technique kind of messes up, technical failure, and then we'll go from there. Every time. Forearms do not feel good when I fail. Similar to the chest press, wasn't really technical failure, more like mechanical there. I mean, maybe. Like, the only thing that I don't like when I'm doing these is I never really feel like I can get my feet placed correctly. I feel like I'm constantly like shuffling back and forth. I did not do 10 there, so we are keeping the weight the same. Let me think. Oh, I got something. Let me know if you guys are Rocket League fans. I know I was shitting on Fortnite a little earlier, and when I mean earlier, I mean like 2 minutes ago. But I've low-key been getting back into Rocket League. So if you guys would ever want to see something Rocket League related, I'm not good at the game. I want to make that very clear. I would say about average. I want to say my peak rank was Plat 2 or Plat 3. So not great, but better than anyone below Plat. My biggest issue is I don't really like the aerial, but that I'm getting on a tangent at that point. If you guys want to see some Rocket League stuff, let me know, because like I said, I'm getting back into the game. It's starting to be fun again. I like the changes they added recently with the flip reset indicator, even though I can't hit one. The boost thing where it'll kind of give you an estimation, or not really an estimation, but it'll kind of indicate when it's about to come back. Both are really good changes. It sucks that they kind of, I'm pretty sure Baka's mod, you can't use as well now. But I didn't really use Baka's mod outside of like just the replay cam thing. So it doesn't really affect me too much. So overall, still am very much positive about the Rocket League stuff. I think Rocket League is, taking some good steps to kind of build up the momentum that they got right now from Jinxie kind of hyping it up and all that. But yeah, if you guys want to see something like that, let me know. Or if you want to see some other game, maybe I'll run a backyard baseball, game or a season. I'm not really good at the game, but if you guys want to see that, let me know. What else can I ramble about? Oh, no, real question. All right, I low-key lost the question. I had it and then I lost it. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna turn back on the camera when I have something that I want to talk about. All right, what's up, Wolfpack? I'll be real. Don't got anything like super introspective to say. It's kind of more just, just wanted to ask one final question before I get this last set in. And real question, if you guys have kept up with, the physique videos, you guys will know I'm a little fat. High body fat percent, high body fat percentage. Kind of got some muscle on me, but kind of can't really see it due to me being so fat. So real question, you guys think I should bulk or cut? Because the only reason I'm considering bulking is because I feel like I will look small if I cut. Like, I feel like I look small right now. Like I'm looking at, I look at myself in the mirror. Maybe this is body dysmorphia. I don't really think I'm one to have body dysmorphia, but maybe I'm mistaken. I feel like I look small though. Like, mainly like my arms, my legs, and maybe my chest. My back is probably my strongest point right now. But I feel like I look small. So I'm trying to figure out if I should cut and look lean. I've never been like lean in my life. Like, since I've gained consciousness, I've always been kind of a chubbier kid. Or should I bulk up and then go on the nasty cut next year? I don't really know. I'll probably figure it out by the time I'm out of here for this first year. But if you guys have any suggestions, maybe I'll throw a poll. I'll post a poll and you guys could do that. But I'll do some stuff. Just let me know. And if not, if I don't get any response, I'll figure out what to do eventually. But I am going to get this last set out of the way, as I'll be real, I've been wasting a lot of time now. So, still 57.5 pounds on the bar, or on the cable. Go for how many I can, and then I'll do my little outro. All right. Okay. I feel like those last couple reps were a little funky, so I did kind of end it a little early there. Maybe I could have done a little more, but that's where we're ending it. If you guys enjoyed the video, like and subscribe and share it with all your favorite friends and people to get me out there. If you want to follow me on other platforms, there should be a link tree in the description. Make sure you comment anything you'd want me to talk about. Make sure to do your laundry. Love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.